All right, positive energy all the time. Good to see you all. Well, hey there, pretty lady. Where you been? Hope you're doing great. Represent your city. Shout out to everybody on Kick, everybody on Twitch, everybody on YouTube, and everybody on Facebook. We got Greensboro in the building. Rep your city. Rep your city. We got Jersey in the house. Hope everyone is doing well. We got San Jose in the building. I want to start out. I might have to say this a couple of times. I made some statements about Jay-Z taking his hair down. I did some research, talked to some friends of mine that do hair. They let me know I was out of pocket. They said there's a possibility that it became uncomfortable to sleep. They also say it was a possibility that it got too heavy and could pull his hair out, or he just might want to make a change, and it would have been very easy for them to take a lot of that apart and blow it out. They might not have been able to take it all down, but they would be able to divide enough of his hair so he could have that afro. So I was told that was done all 100% natural. So salute to Jay Z. He's still on my list. He's still one of my favorites. So he's still on the list. And I was wrong about those statements. That's not a weave. And shout out to you know who you are. I'm doing good, Nicole. I know who it is. I know your pretty face. How you been doing? Hopefully you're doing great. So hopefully that gets cleared up. Everybody that heard me say what I said, my phone did ring from my associates and friends that do hair that were not too happy with me. Y'all know how the black women get down, so my phone did ring. I'm thinking it's a very pleasant call. Hey, I ain't heard from you for a while. Don't be haying me. I heard what you said about Jay Z. You don't know what you're talking about. That could be taken down. I do it all the time. So if you watch it, I told you I was gonna come in here and backtrack. One thing about Pharaoh, I have no problem with being wrong. I don't have a problem with it. Doesn't bother me at all. I just say, hey, my bad. I was wrong. And then I move on. But she did. You black queens, y'all is rough. Okay. Now she could have just called me and she could have said, I was watching you. What you said, you bogus. You shouldn't have said that. You don't know what you talk about. That was all cool. No, she passed the phone down through the hair salon and had all the ladies, y'all rough. Can you believe that? She passed the phone down. And one by one, why you say that? You shouldn't have said that. You don't be knowing what you talk about. I told you you don't be knowing what you talk about. They passed it down. You bogus. You out of pocket. Why you say that? We do that all the time up here. You don't be knowing what you talking about. And you ain't came up here. We ain't seen you. Ah. So I got chewed out 5 chairs down and then back up. And then I got the Black Queen dismissal. Bye. Right? Okay, bye. Okay. Yeah. That's the kind of bye I got. I said, all right, well, I'll holler at y'all later. She like, bye. Click. So I promised I would get up here. I was wrong. Some professionals did his hair. They took his hair down. It makes a lot of sense because it does get heavy because mine had got heavy. So my bad, ladies, if y'all watching. Okay. I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna give each one of y'all $50 for my mistake. Okay. So they got me straight. So I was wrong about Jay-Z. I'm gonna say this a couple of times. He took it down. He can take that down. They say the way it was maintained in a way not to clump up, and they was able to take it down and make his afro. It was 100% professional. So yes, shout out to Jay-Z. That's good because he's one of my favorite rappers. I didn't want to throw him to the curb. I thought he had that weave. I thought it was a weave. I thought he was doing some weirdo stuff. Cool. So tonight, I'm going to talk about the situation with Drake, his place in history. Jay-Z is coming back out shooting shots. I was offered some tickets to those shows he's about to do in New York, but I can't go. And there's been lots of debates about Drake's sales recently, Drake's success. And I wanted to give my unbiased thoughts on the situation. Do a show on the records one day. I did show a lot of the records the other day. I might do some shows on the records. I might have to go genre, show my jazz fusion, show my reggae show. I might do that. So I want to talk about Kendrick Lamar, Jay-Z, and Drake. I feel Jay-Z is trying to come back, trying to hold on to his place in history. He's going to be dwarfed by Drake. For sure. Drake is going to break all type of records in music that might not get broken for a while. And I'm going to explain why. I remember when Drake first came out, I was hearing on the radio. I didn't pay a whole lot of attention. I think we were still listening to CDs at that time, so you're mostly not listening to the radio much. But when you turned it on, you did hear him. It got to the point that him and Rihanna was, and that's when I first picked up. I started picking up on his music, how good it was. Because I'm in the music business and I'm a musician and I judge music honestly. So I don't judge music by whether I like you or not so much. I try to judge it down the middle. But when I'm talking about it personally, I consider how much I like it or not. Like today, I'm using a lot of my personal opinion. But I feel all three of those artists are really great. Because music is based on the audience. And when we're in the music business, we make music for all the various audiences. And so, like, the debate between Kendrick and Drake is really an audience debate more than it is an artist debate. Because there's audiences that's going to prefer Drake, and there are audiences that's going to prefer Kendrick. And the debate won't really be a legitimate debate based on what you like. It would have to be based on overall achievements, which Kendrick is doing extremely well with that, doing good with the Grammys. And he'll probably continue to have success because Kendrick would be categorized in the artistic category, so he would appeal uh, for the artistic clientele. His shows are artistic. His dancing, his layout for his concerts, his presentation for his concerts is heavily artistic. So he'll always have a big fan because he'll always be categorized like art. So he'll always really do good. Jay-Z probably will be making records for a while too, doing pretty well. I think Jay-Z is a part of this new movement. I think the younger generation got to prepare for their particular older generation because I don't think the younger generation understands that each generation has a different older generation. And your all's older generation is not like my older generation. It's just like I'm not like my daddy's generation. And so a lot of younger people, hopefully I could do more videos to try to get y'all to distinguish the different generations because I often get categorized with my father's generation. And my father was born in 1931. I was born in 1958. So a lot of times people say stuff to me because they have the generations confused. And so they categorize me with my father's generation as far as what we should be doing. And my generation, we don't go by those rules. That's my daddy and my mama's rules. And my generation is the beginning of the at where Jay-Z and them is at. The Jay-Z and them is not going by your rules. They're not retiring like you think. They might rap when they're 40. They're not going by those old rules. You say Kendrick retired. No, Kendrick fake retired to get out of his contract. Kendrick is not retired. Kendrick's trying to get a new record deal. Anybody knows that. So Kendrick, in the music, in life, yeah, he told y'all he retired, but those of us in the music business know he's restructuring. Kendrick is not really retired. Matter of fact, he just released a song the other day. So yeah, Kendrick's not really retired. Kendrick Kendrick won the rap battle. But then Drake trumped him by winning the business battle. So Drake had 3 albums that he had to release that probably would take 4 or 5 years to get out of his contract. And Drake released 3 albums at one time and got out of his deal. And now is about to restructure $1 billion deal. And so now he's beating Kendrick on the business. So now Kendrick is looking at that and trying to figure out a way how he can compete with Drake on the business side. That's what that's all about. Because Kendrick is losing on the business side. And so that's what the retirement is about. He's getting everything he did in the battle when Drake released all those songs, it wiped all of that out. All of that was totally irrelevant at that. And Drake was back on top for sure. And so now he's going to restructure his deal. He's probably going to get a crazy deal, probably OVO, which is going to be crazy because this allows him to probably sign a future. And Drake has always been very, very, a very, very good scout. Drake is one of the best A&Rs in the business as far as rapper. Drake has done songs with people that nobody really knew they was hot. Way before anybody knew they was hot, like 600 Breezy. I can go down the line. He finds hot talent early. And what he does is he finds them so early, earlier than usual. So say you're going to break 2 albums later. Well, he finds you and breaks you 2 albums before that. Drake is 39. Drake is 39. He's a great A&R. Oh my God. He finds so much talent so early. But overall, when I look at Drake as an artist and a businessman, he's gonna, because I feel like Jay-Z's, that's why Jay-Z's back. Jay-Z's back because of Drake. Drake is a threat to Jay-Z's legacy. That's why Jay-Z is. Drake is going to trump Jay-Z's legacy. He's going to outdo Jay-Z with Rockefeller. He's going to outdo Jay-Z with hit records. He's going to outdo Jay-Z with Grammys. And he's going to outdo Jay-Z with artists signed to the label. He's going to have bigger artists than Rockefeller could have ever had. He's going to outdo Kendrick because Kendrick is a acquired taste, and he doesn't have a mainstream sound. A great artist though, but like me, I don't like his voice. I don't like Kendrick's voice. But he's good. I'm not trying to say he's not good. He makes great music. If I had to pick his voice or Drake's voice, I would go for Drake. Drake is what ladies would consider handsome. He has a great voice. He's able to sing and rap. So he's able to be 2 people on his record. You know, when we get somebody on that record, we get one person to do the hook and then another person to do the rap. Well, Drake's able to be one kind of Drake on the hook and a different type of Drake on the vocals, on the verses. That's a big advantage. That's a big advantage when you can do the hook and don't sound like you the rapper. So when you can use one voice and one thing to do your hook and then rap with a whole different voice and a different sound, that's a huge advantage. So I don't see anybody touching him. I think the only person that would have really gave him a hard time, if Lil Wayne would have stayed clean, Lil Wayne would have dwarfed Jay-Z and everybody, and that's who they would have caught. had to catch. Kanye, if he wouldn't have been talking crazy, Kanye could have went far, but Kanye can't get the ladies or Lil Wayne. They can't get the ladies like Drake. And anybody get the ladies win. And Drake's gonna always get the ladies. Point blank. Period. So anytime you can get the ladies, you're gonna always do extremely well. Anytime you attract the ladies, because Drake can attract ladies on his own, and then men like me, we need Drake music planned when we go on a date. So it's a win-win. Because we are definitely gonna bump Drake. If I'm going on a date and you got Drake and you got Kendrick, you got Jay-Z, who you think I'm gonna bump when I'm with a beautiful woman? I'm finna bump that Drake. I'm not gonna bump Kendrick. He's weird. He's weird. There's nothing sexy or about Kendrick. Same with Jay-Z. There's nothing sensual or there's nothing I would play with a woman. And men, women are always gonna be first. Always. So what it takes to attract a woman is gonna be everything else. A point blank period. That's what made Tupac so great, because he could attract the women. He made a lot of female songs, which a lot of rappers just don't do. They'll never be able to catch Pac, because you could play Pac no matter what you're doing. Some rappers, you can only play them when you're just doing man stuff. And Drake is extremely versatile. When he gets his own label deal, it's going to be a wrap for everybody else. I'm in the music business, and one of the hardest things in the music business is the artists are typically slow and lazy. And the artists up to this point haven't had that work ethic to push. The first two people I've seen that had the right mentality in music, especially rap, is Future and Drake. I ain't seen nobody else have that work ethic as Future and Drake. Future was just dropping like crazy. He dropped so much and hit him so hard that he just chilled and just was filthy rich. And Drake came in behind Future, and that's what Drake seen the game. Because Future was dropping songs like crazy. And it was hit, next one, hit. It was crazy. It was crazy. So Drake is going to be untouchable business-wise, because I do suspect when he gets this label deal, I do suspect he's going to sign Future to an unbelievable deal. I believe Drake is going to bring Future in to be a producer, to write songs for artists, and to be an artist. It's going to pay him a crazy amount. And I believe that Drake, once he becomes a boss, I believe he's going to have the advantage, because I believe he's going to do artists better than record labels been doing artists. That's going to be That's what's going to push him over Dr. Dre and all of them because he's going to put artists, I believe, he's going to put artists on big. I believe artists are going to sign the biggest contracts ever signing their Drake and bring in massive amount of money. I think the young generation, I think you're about to see history because just the way he just dropped those 3 albums, he's changing the whole game. We never thought about that. We never thought, rappers never thought work hard, have a bunch of songs in your hard drive. When they tell you got 2 more albums left, go pull them songs out your hard drive, put 2 albums together, and give it to them to get out the deal. It was genius. Never nobody thought that. People say, oh, those last 2 albums, one of them was good, the other 2. That's because that was stuff out the hard drive. Dad, he didn't release that for that to be great. Drake didn't release them 3 albums to be great. He released them to get out that deal and to get that big bag for his own label to boss up. Because people saying these songs ain't all that good. Exactly. You're not going to give them your best songs when you're about to have your own label. You're going to save all that fire until your new deal is reconstructed. Ain't no way he gave them, man, that man's sitting on some fire. Trust me. Why would he give it to them? The record label's been robbing our people for years. For years, the record label's been taking our good music and owning it 20, 30 years before you get your masters back. He gave them a bunch of mid. He gave them one good one that had a bunch of diss everybody before he leave, and 2 other albums of fillers. They can't refuse it because it don't say in the contract how good it got to be. It just say you got to turn in 3 albums. Man, that dude is a genius. All it say you got to turn in 3 albums. So he said, okay, 1, pull all this stuff out there, 2, 3. When they made a whole bunch of videos for every song, and here. You're looking at history. Now, if you're just a fanboy or whatever, fine. I'm not going to try to really tell you a lot about Drake or try to teach you nothing about Drake. But if you are a recording artist, you need to listen to what I'm telling you. If you are a recording artist, if you are a rapper, Drake is the greatest thing in your life concerning your music. This is historical. What he's done for you and what he's shown you is historical. First, he's shown you, if you're a recording artist, record, damn it. Stop sitting around playing. Get your ass in there and make some songs. And if they give you a record deal and you got to turn in 15 songs on the album, don't go in there and louch around and do 15 songs on their money. When they pay for your studio time and they expecting 15 good songs, you go in there and make 50 songs, 100 songs. Because they're going to give you plenty of time because they're used to loafers. They're not used to workers. So you go in there and the same amount of time the record label is giving you to go in the studio for a 20-song album, make sure you do at least 60 songs on their dime. And you only got to turn in 20. That's 40 free songs. Am I lying? If the record label giving you $1 million for 20 songs and paying for your studio time, Why wouldn't you go in there and make 50 songs, 100 songs, and get them 20? Now you got 80 songs or 30 free songs or 60 free songs that they paid for, that you own. So they don't own it until you turn it in. Am I lying? Stop going in there smoking and drinking and playing. Stop taking women to the studio. Like I tell dudes, don't bring them women to the studio. Do not bring this woman to this studio where it's $50 an hour. Take them women where it's $50 a night. That's what I told rappers that came to my studio one time with a bunch of women. I stopped them in the hallway. Where y'all going? Because this is not no play session. You coming here to work to make music. Take these women where it's $50 a night. This $50 an hour. They got to go. Let them go sit up in the lounge till y'all get finished. They cannot come back there. Because now you ain't going to be right. You're going to be in there caca and kikiing. Then you're going to wonder why your music career didn't go nowhere. So this man has showed you how to get the bag. Exhibit A. Drake has amassed over 130 billion total streams across all credits of Spotify. Now, we're going to get back to that. Let's just look at the latest release. What that say? Drake's highly anticipated album Iceman surpassed 1 billion streams on Spotify within its debut week. In 1 week, it passed 1 billion streams, racking up over 140 million streams in the first 7 days alone. The album also made chart history by claiming all 10 spots on Spotify's song debut charts upon release. Would you like to know which specific track from Iceman are charting the highest on the Billboard Hot 100? Go look it up. That's for that album. Before that album, this was going on. Drake has amassed over 130 billion streams across all credits of Spotify. This makes him the most streamed artist in the platform's history. Here is a quick look at his streaming milestone. Top track, One Dance, with over 3.7 billion streams. Top album views, over 12 billion. And Scorpion, over 11 billion. Monthly audience, he consistently boasts over 99 million monthly listeners. Basically 1 billion listeners a month. One more million. 1 billion listeners a month. Jay-Z's not going to do that. Kendrick's not going to do that. It's not going to happen. Why? They're not as versatile. Kendrick will never get the ladies like Drake. Never. He can just kiss the ladies goodbye. Nobody's going to bump Kendrick on a date. So he's going to have to get that artistic money, which is good. He's still going to be a big artist. Jay-Z is old. And the young generation don't like old people no more. And the older generation don't buy music. So his generation is not going to buy nothing. They're not going to really care about his album like that. They're not in, their life is not like that no more. And Jay-Z knows it, so he's going to get his money with tours. For sure, if you want to know what Jay-Z is doing with the album, for sure the album is for him and Beyonce to go on tour where they will make incredible amounts of money. That's all it is. He's going on tour with his wife for sure, for sure. Where he's going to make hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. So he's smart. He's just pretending that he's competing with Drake. But he's not. He's not competing with Drake. He's making a money move. Those Jay-Z disses was just to get attention. That's the new thing now. To get attention to your product, you troll, you diss, and everybody want to see who you're talking about. And in the meantime, you making a bag. You know what I'm saying? So Jay-Z dropped the album. Him and Beyonce finna go get that money. You know how much Beyonce make on the tour? You know how much Jay-Z make on the tour? Man, they gonna make more money than you could ever believe in your life. Chris Brown and Usher coming to Chicago and seats is 700, 1,200, 1,600, 2 grand, 3 grand. A seat that ain't even that much is 400. 400 for the basic seat. These people get money. I know I was going to go to the Chris Brown Usher show, but it's outside. I don't want to go outside. I want to hear them inside where the acoustics is better. They singers. I don't want to hear them. I don't want to hear all the echo. Outside too much echo. I ain't paying no $700. I'm gonna take my grandson because I'm trying to teach him business, and he real little. So things he see now, I come back to him when he like 28. He get 28, he be on something. But I ain't gonna pay to hear it outside. It's gonna be echoing too much. And I can pass up on Usher. I just want to see Chris Brown. To me, Usher ain't that good. His show, yeah, he for the ladies. He gonna pull out the ladies though. But I'm sure he's the undercard, and Chris Brown is the headline. So I definitely want to see Chris Brown. But I'm gonna wait till he do a tour indoors. Probably about 2 years from now, he'll be back out. But when you're looking at Drake, you're looking at the next like Michael Jackson type artist as far as music and stuff like that, because the ladies consider him very handsome. He's really good at making songs that men and women are going to buy. He's very smart because anytime you attract the women, you automatically going to attract the men. So he's a genius because the men want to attract the women. And so if you make music that the women like, a lot of men are going to bump it when they pick up the women. So all this summer, Drake gonna be in the whip. Drake gonna be in the whip all summer. Nobody gonna pick up no woman talking about they not like us. Jay-Z not good for to get the women either. Maybe he gonna change it up, but Jay-Z rap style and everything, it's not for dating. So if he drops a project, Jay-Z's project could flop. So he's got to be. I'm estimating Jay Z will drop a project with everybody. That's what I'm estimating. They're gonna drop a project with Benny Siegel and all them because they got a way to fix Benny Siegel's voice in the studio so he can make some money. They use AI. They have Benny Siegel rap and they take his way he's rapping and they run it through AI. So they'll be able to put him on the album and he'll sound like the old Benny Siegel using AI. But it'll be him rapping. They'll just be fix his voice with the AI. I'm expecting Jay Z to patch things up with Oskino, the whole crew. I think that's how he gonna get his money. He gonna get his money touring with Beyonce. So he gonna be doing like the him and the female thing, and then he gonna be doing the gang thing. But he's not gonna catch Drake because he's not a ladies' man like that. He's not a ladies' man like that. CD's not selling like that no more. It's all streaming, and nobody's really gonna be streaming no dominant male music. That's over with. The only thing they're going to stream that's going to rough is going to be drill with the shorties in the house streaming while they playing the game. But that other rap that y'all came up with, the male rappers, that's over with. You have to wait until the culture changes and that might come back. But with this culture like now, nobody's going to be listening to no male bars. There's no cultural events to listen to it. You see, every music had some type of lifestyle that helped the music. And if you lose a certain lifestyle that goes along with that music becomes irrelevant. So now black men are not living the lifestyle for the older rappers with bars and lyrics. There's no lifestyle that matched to listen to that. See, there used to be a lifestyle to listen to that. But that lifestyle been gone. So you young brothers, if you're gonna do music, you gotta consider what's the lifestyle that people are doing that match your music. What are they gonna be doing where your music is gonna be the soundtrack to how they living? If you can't become a soundtrack to how they living, you ain't gonna do so good no more. How? It is nobody can tell me I'm wrong. It ain't no rappers could tell me I'm wrong. I bought all the CDs and stuff, but the lifestyle, we had the lifestyle for that. We had the lifestyle for the Jay-Z's and the Tupacs and all that. Because it was right around in your car with a CD changer and bang gangster stuff. We had a gangster lifestyle. You don't got no gangster lifestyle no more to listen to that. Where you going to listen to that at? There's no lifestyle for that no more. Where? Mature men ain't riding around with no dudes. No, they only riding around with women now. Men's only riding around with their wife or their girl. Men are not riding around with no dudes, listen to no dude type vibes no more. That's over with. Pause. Tell me I'm lying. That 1990 era up to early 2000, mid 2000, that's gone. Men ain't living that type of lifestyle no more. Those lifestyle was a lot of time men by themselves. Your queen got her car, you got your car. So you and your car banging it out with some strong masculine music. And then you go home, you be with your queen, y'all go on a date, stuff like that. But the men was by themselves, driving around by themselves. That lifestyle gone. And we was driving around by ourselves, we weren't looking for no women either. We wasn't looking for no women when we was driving around. Now men driving around looking for women. We wasn't looking for no women. We was chasing money. We already got a woman. So our music was a soundtrack to chase money. That's the beeper era, the Nextel, the phone, the cell phone era. When it first popped, that was all money oriented. And so that gangster hard music went along with get money. That era's gone. So you got no fan base. Ain't no records, no CD stores no more. Nobody running to hear that like that no more like that. So it's hard to sell. Jay-Z's music gonna be real hard to sell this time. Who gonna want to listen to him? Nobody gonna listen to no old dude spitting bars like that. We gonna see, but I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think his music gonna do that good. I think he'll make some noise. I think his tours will do good, but I don't think Jay-Z music gonna do all that good like that. I think the only way Jay-Z music gonna do good is if we go back to the beginning and he got features like he had Mary J. Blige, You Can't Knock the Hustler. If we go with features, he might have a chance. If he got some features and it's more, R&B-ish, more like Drake's music, he'll have a chance. But if he come back with the music he left with, ain't nobody gonna bang that. Who gonna play that? Where? What environment I'm gonna be in to play that? When you drive around the streets of Chicago now, you don't hear music. You don't hear music no more. The only music you hear is on the radio. People lazy now. They ain't doing all that. They get in the car, turn on the radio, because nobody's car life is over. See, it used to be a car life where you be in the car a lot. That's over. You jumping in your car, spinning, and getting out. You're not just driving around like in the 90s and 2000s. That era is over. Nobody's doing that. So when people get in the car, they turn on the radio. The radio has adapted. Like if you come to Chicago on Friday night, turn on the radio, the two main black radio stations is going to play your music for you. They're going to be playing mixes. They start playing mixes at night. So why would you buy a CD when you get in the car Friday night, they're going to already play all the hot songs. They're going to already play all the mixes. So you're going to hear everybody driving down and less talking. They'll play music straight at night, commercial free. Y'all ain't know this? That's to get the CD money. Friday night, commercial free. They're gonna do commercials. They're gonna do almost an hour, like 50 minutes. Then they're gonna do some commercials. Then they're gonna do 50 minutes. They're gonna do some commercials. It's perfect for going out. You're going to the club. You're going out. By the time they did 35 minutes, you at your location. You park in your car. And you going in wherever you going in. Nobody riding like that no more. I mean, here in Chicago, when you go outside, you don't see Dayton's, you don't see fancy rims, you don't see nobody just riding like that. You might see some brothers pull their cars out and just drive in a line or pull their motorcycles out. But when we was outside, people was driving around like that every day. People was riding around every day in the nice cars. Now people riding around in Nissans and stuff, like people ain't even buying all them fancy cars like that no more. You don't see no dudes. You don't see that. There's no Nobody's buying CD changers or nobody's buying fancy stereos no more. They making the car basic stereo is loud enough. They put better stereos already in the car. So the whole music life is gone. This generation of men is more concentrating on sports. The older ones, 30 or so is up, sports. The younger ones, the video game. They own the game. Music is not popping like that. Drake's music is popping because people want to make love on it and go on dates on it. So he ain't gonna never lose. He making dating music. How you gonna lose? He don't gotta write his own songs. You don't gotta write your own songs. Oh, that's over with. That's over. All they gotta do is sound good when the woman get in the car. If you write your own song and it's trash, and somebody write my song and it's good, you're gonna lose. Let's not forget that a lot of rappers can't write and they suck. A lot of people write their own songs. Their songs is garbage. If I got a record label, I'd rather have people write your song and have a good song than you write your song and it's garbage. I just we selling songs. Yeah, okay, bye. We selling songs. Nobody knows you. You're not selling no songs. We selling songs. We're not selling writers. They're not selling writers. Yeah, bye. Get your ass out of here. Nobody care if you rapping your lyrics. He don't know what he talking. They don't even care if you a snitch no more. He outdated. He outdated. You can snitch and go on tour. He talking about some old stuff. Facts. You can snitch and go on tour. Don't nobody care if you write your lyrics no more. That been over. Nobody care. If I got an artist and I drop a record, I got this many people care if they write their own lyrics, and I got this many people gonna dance to it if it's a nice song. They don't care. The audience don't care. The picky dudes, they not the audience. The audience don't care. Tell me I'm lying. The audience don't care. The days of writing rhymes and all is over. This is the money generation. We need a song gonna sell. We don't care how we get it. We're not selling rappers no more. We selling songs. The day of selling rappers is over. You used to sell rappers. You used to advertise rappers. That's over. All people care about is the finished product now. That's it. And if that song popping, they finna buy it. Period. And if they like your song, they coming to your concert. They don't give a damn where you got the song from. Listen, in the music business, all your biggest famous R&B singers, did they write their lyrics? No. Did the Temptations write their lyrics? No. Did Smokey Robinson write his lyrics? No. This is the music business. You young people, listen to me. If you're a rapper, listen to me. Don't listen to these lames. They can't sell 5 records. They ain't selling no music. They ain't in the business. This ain't the who rap the best business. This is the music business now. Period. And at the end of the day, you got to have a good song. The only way you're going to be a big rapper is with a big song. No more of this bars. Bars is out of here. That's why Jadakiss is sitting up there with Fat Joe. Nobody going to buy no Jadakiss song. Could rap his ass off. Nobody going to buy that. The days how good you rap is over. Because the audience don't care. The audience is not into that like that. It used to be a time where the audience was just like the rappers. You know what I'm saying? We used to make music and the audience had the same mindset as the rappers. Now the audience is way different. This audience don't care about nothing like that. All they want to do is have a good time. They don't care. If you put the song on and they like it, that's all they care about. They don't care where it came from. These dudes that say write your own lyrics, they ain't selling no records. They ain't got a record nowhere. And they ain't selling no beat. He say cook up beat, he ain't selling no beats. Who is he? He not selling no beats. Nobody buying them beats. Anybody buying them beats. What's his name? Agaga 33, aka Cooks. He don't even know how to advertise himself. He ain't even got no good name to sell no beats. A long ass weirdo name. How you gonna sell beats like that? You gotta, who are you? You know what I'm saying? Are you DJ Khaled? Are you Dr. Dre? Are you advertising yourself as a beat maker, or you just a weirdo on social media with a long weird name? He ain't even trying to get no money. He can't even get no money himself. You gonna get some money like this? Listen, if you're a producer, can you get money with this name? Agaga 33, aka Cooks Up Beats. Do he look like he making money? Do he look like he making money as a producer? He should be listening to what I'm telling him. He ain't making a dime. I wouldn't buy no beats from him. Cause nowadays I gotta sell who I got the beat from. I can't sell no beat I got it from him. The beat maker gotta have a catchy, gotta be a star too. How am I advertised I bought a beat from him? I know you don't want to hear that, but everybody living by the old rules is losing. All of the dudes in New York with bars is losing. Everybody got bars, is doing podcasts. They out of there. They out of there. They broke. Cause they ain't man, if you got somebody come through gonna drop first off, that was all not real anyway. So when somebody come to you and say, write your own lyrics, you can tell they ain't really been in the studio. They ain't been recording. Because a song is put together however it get put together. And when you're in the studio, it's a collaboration. So even the artist that write his lyrics got to change them. And sometimes somebody in the studio say, don't say that, say this. So the lyrics are fluent anyway. Because just because you write them, don't mean they're going to work when you get on the mic. Right? So just because you write the lyrics to the beat, don't mean it's going to go on the right. Right? So just because you write the lyrics, it don't mean nothing. Let me see what he's saying. Drake is a pop artist pushed by the industry. Yeah, it's the music industry. You sound crazy. It's the music industry. And Kendrick came in the game being pushed by Dr. Dre too. Kendrick came in with a pass when he made Pool Full of Liquor. Kendrick came in, he was pushed by the industry. He was pushed by Jimmy Iovine. Facts. Kendrick was pushed by Jimmy Iovine and the industry. Am I lying? Yes or no? Kendrick didn't make it on his own. Kendrick made it off Dr. Dre name and Jimmy Iovine name. He got stamped. Yes or no? Quiet man, am I lying? Kendrick didn't just come in and make it. Kendrick is an industry dial. Kendrick is a rapper promoted for white people and Hispanics. Kendrick is an alternative rapper for an international crowd. Facts. That's what they wanted Kanye to be, but Kanye keeps saying too much crazy shit. Kanye was supposed to also be an international rapper for a multicultural crowd. I mean, you personal. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? You own something else. The fact you say, and he demolished him. I already, that's too feminine for me. I got toxic masculinity. What I'm talking about, what you talking about, two different things. He did a good job. He did a good job demolishing them. Look, this is demolished. He said demolished them, right? Drake's highly anticipated album surpassed 1 billion streams. He calls that demolished. See, I'm talking business. He talking some other stuff. Because he said having 140 million streams is demolished. Put it in the chat if this is demolished. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm not doing this one against that one. Sorry, bro. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I got toxic masculinity. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna be able to respond to you no more. You own some girly type. You own something else. I'm not changing. I'm not getting into Kendrick is better and Kendrick is my girl and I love him. I'm not getting into that, bro. This is not about that. This is about in the long term. Drake is going to surpass both of them because he makes girly songs, because he can sing and rap, and because he's going to get a multi-billion-dollar deal for his own label, and he has a better work ethic than them. In that battle, Drake was dropping more songs quicker than Kendrick. The last thing Drake dropped was 3 songs on Family Matters. Kendrick could barely keep up. He got lucky with a great song. I ain't gonna take that. They Not Like Us. But he was getting washed until They Not Like Us in that battle. He was getting absolutely washed. But I'm honest, and They Not Like Us was a one-in-a-lifetime song with a great hook by DJ Mustard, and he pulled it out and won. But before They Not Like Us, Kendrick was getting washed. His songs were unprofessional. You don't know nothing about this quad man. His songs wasn't mixed and mastered correctly. He was having a hard time keeping up. The songs were mixed and mastered. They were horrible. Salute to DJ Mustard for going in there helping him out. because he was getting watched. The songs was horrible. Quad man, you're not in the music business, so you wouldn't know if a song is Mr. Mastered or not. So this is over your head. This is up here. You down there. You don't know what I'm talking about. In that battle, if you're in the music business, if you produce, if you mix, if you do the mastering, you can hear the quality of the song. If you're a fan, you just hear the lyrics. But if you're in the music business, you can hear the quality on the mixes and the quality of the songs. This was Drake's quality. This was Kendrick's quality. Except DJ Mustard made sure They Not Like Us had great quality. All the rest of that stuff Kendrick was dropping was trash. It didn't have good quality. It didn't have a professional quality. Drake has a much better team behind him. This is not anti Kendrick, but Kendrick does not have what it takes over the next 3 or 4 years to put out the amount of, and the type of material Drake has. He just doesn't have it. He doesn't have the appeal. He will make money overseas, but he's not going to get the ladies like that. He's not going to be able to drop those type of songs, mainstream songs like that. He's not going to be able to do it. He's going to always be in the artistic. He doesn't have a team. He can't put out songs as fast as Drake. And Drake just released 3 albums. Kendrick can't do nothing like that. This is why Kendrick's trying to restructure his deal. He got to go somewhere else. He got to get some help. He don't got no team like Drake, but he's not a songwriter. He's a rapper, and that's the difference. Drake is not a rapper. Drake is a songwriter, and Drake is a rapper and a singer, so he has the advantage. Drake is more appealing to the ladies too. Kendrick is, I don't like Kendrick's voice, but some people, I don't like his voice, but he's good. See, that's my point. I'm trying to teach Guatman. Just because I don't like Kendrick's voice, don't mean Kendrick ain't gonna sell a lot of records. You can't mix that together. Kendrick gonna still sell a lot of records because there's gonna be a lot of people still like him. So in the music business, when we sign artists, we can't sign them based on how we like them. We got to sign them based on their fan base. So I will sign an artist that I wouldn't buy their record, but 10 million people still going to buy it. It's business. So I'm going to sign an artist that might not even fit my... Look how many men that sign rappers that don't listen to rap. Those white guys that sign those rappers and make money don't listen to rap or like those songs. I'm talking business. When it comes to business, Kendrick is going to run laps around Drake. Drake's going to run laps around Kendrick. Kendrick does not have the long-term ability to compete with Drake. Kendrick is one-sided artist. He not going to be able to make no songs for girls. It's just not going to sound right. He's not going to make no music to play with your girl. How? Him and Jay-Z ain't going to be able to keep up with that boy. When that boy get that label deal, he probably going to drop a triple album. And then he's going to be more adorned in the community because everybody's more like that. See, Rick Ross a fool. Rick Ross should have never bit Drake's hand because Drake fits Rick Ross type of music. Kendrick don't fit Rick Ross type of music. So why would he diss Drake? Drake gave Rick Ross one of his first big hits. Kendrick ain't give him nothing. Rick Ross I don't know what's wrong with Ricky. Why would he hate on the dude that's in his type of lane? Drake is not in Rick Ross' lane. Drake is in the creative rapper's lane. He's a creative, artistic rapper. His shows are artistic. He has a big crowd dancing and stuff. That's how he makes his money. It's an artistic performing arts rap. Kendrick shows is like a play. So he's gonna always make his money. But he ain't gonna be able to keep up with no damn Drake, not with that shit. Black folks ain't going to see that. When Kendrick come in, white people go see Kendrick. I was out there. I was out there. I was outside the show. It was all whites being dropped off for Kendrick. And Kanye. When you go see Kendrick and Kanye, those shows be 70% white. 70, 80% white. Tell me I'm lying. Black folks ain't going to see that. Tell me I'm lying. I'm in Chicago. When Kendrick and Kanye come, it's performing arts type. You see Kanye have all them weird stages and doing all that. That's performing arts. So yeah, Kendrick gonna do good. He gonna do good in Europe. He gonna do down good with the Mexicans and the Spanish people. He gonna do good, but he ain't gonna get the Drake money. He ain't gonna get that money. He gonna get dwarfed. As soon as Drake get this new deal with OVO, it's gonna be over. Not only is Drake gonna surpass him doing music, Drake's gonna make more money than him as a boss of a record label. Because Drake gonna get all the hot young artists. Drake see talent. Kendrick don't be helping nobody. Ain't nobody from his camp did nothing. Drake is the one that'll be working with Future and working with all the rappers. I can tell you in Chicago gonna ride with Drake all day. They ain't gonna ride with Kendrick over Drake. Never. Not gonna happen. Chicago ain't gonna ride with Kendrick over Drake. It's not gonna happen. Because Drake came here and threw a bone to 600 Breezy. Put 600 Breezy in the guy. Look. 600 Breezy, a Chicago drill rapper who shares a close, highly publicized friendship with Drake. Drake is a hell of an A&R. Man, Drake is one of the best A&Rs in the group. He see these talented. Man, Drake be seeing talent. So when he get a record, it's gonna be over. He be seeing all the new young talent, all of it, and he be putting them on. Kendrick don't put nobody on. Them dudes he put on LA, all of them starving. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. I'll accept it. Tell me I'm lying. I'll accept it. Tell me I'm lying. In terms of a record label, Drake got a hell of an ear. Tell me I'm lying. I'll accept it. Ain't this Drake and Yeet? Ain't that Yeet? Ain't that Yeet? How many rappers even knew about Yeet? How many black people knew about Yeet? So I'm just telling you, when that man get a record label, it's gonna be over. Who you think he gonna sign? Man, he gonna be signing the hot new people that don't nobody know about. His ears really, really to the street. He gonna be a. That's why I say they ain't gonna be able to catch him, cause he gonna be what kind of record boss he gonna be? Record label boss. Be honest. Be honest. When Drake get his own record label, how that's gonna go? Just be honest. How it's gonna go? His record label ain't gonna do great. He don't know how to find talent. That man be finding talent. I'm telling you. He just don't get no credit for it. And what I like about him is he don't wait till you blow up. Some people that see you got the talent as a rapper and they wait till you blow up. Drake reach out for you right away and help you blow up. He be pulling rappers up. That's why I like him. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. He didn't work with Sexy Red. Hold on. Hold on. This Big Pharaoh. Watch this. Hold on. Tell me I'm lying. Hold on. Watch this. Hold on. Tell me I'm lying. Drake, listen. Drake didn't stamp Molly. Drake didn't stamp Molly Santana. Listen. Drake didn't stamp Molly Santana before anybody knew who she was. Tell me I'm lying. Because some of these DJs over here talking to me, they don't even know who Molly is. Tell me I'm lying. Drake didn't stamp Molly Santana when nobody knew who she was. That's what he be doing. So when he get a label, what's going to happen? If he's seeing talent this early, man, that label going to go crazy. I already said it. That's who Kendrick should sign to Drake. Straight up in the day. Kendrick should not listen to these haters. Soon as Drake get that label, Kendrick need to sign to OVO. He gonna go through the roof. Kendrick need to sign to OVO. The hell with that beef. Go get the bag. Kendrick need to sign to OVO. Facts. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. I can show you time and time again artists he got with early in the game for somebody knew who he was, who they was. The man. So now when he get a record label, how you think that's gonna go? When he get the opportunity to sign talent, he gonna be finding them early. He's gonna have the number one record label in the world. When Drake gets this new label restructuring label deal, he is going to have the number one record label in the world. Point blank period. He's going to be number one. He's going to be bigger than Rockefeller could have ever been. He's going to be bigger than Cash Money could have ever been. He's going to be bigger than Death Row than ever. He's going to be the biggest when it comes to black people. He's going to be the biggest ever. Hands down. Because he finds all the talent. He's listening. He's listening. He listened to the young people. That's how he found Molly. If he signed Molly, which is probably what he's going to do, he's going to get OVO, he's going to sign Molly, she going through the roof. And she don't got the traditional type music, and that he know. That's why I really respect Drake as far as his ear for music. I've been watching him over the years. Dude know artists, and he's artist friendly. That's what I really love about him. He's artist friendly. He be putting artists on big time. I estimate he's going to have the best artist friendly label, period, in rap history. That everybody going to be loved being signed to him. I don't believe he's going to cheat nobody because he was an artist. And he's smart as hell. He's a serious businessman. He only 39. He ain't even 40. By the time he get 50, it's going to be a problem. By the time he get 50 and retire, it's going to be a problem. And he got the whole Canada behind him. So he got a whole country behind him. Anyway. He got a whole country behind him. Right off the bat. Right off the bat, he got Canada. These other artists got states and cities. That man got a whole country behind him. Off the back. Tell me I'm lying. How many examples I gave y'all of people I can keep going. And I mean, he reached for him. Molly wasn't nobody when he reached for her. He put her on this new stuff he just dropped. So look how many streams she just got being on his new project. Just let that sink in. He got 1 billion streams and she on there. So what he do for her career? Through the roof. Kendrick ain't no boss. He got to run behind and beg them to put his stuff out. They ain't even put Kendrick, his label being accused of doing all kind of stuff to women and everything. His label is gone. Over with. They being sued by women for being weirdos. So now Kendrick's out there doing tours and stuff, but he got to find another home. He got to find another label. He finna take an L. He finna sign to a label, and Drake finna own a label. Drake finna own a label. Kendrick got to go find another label to sign to. He ain't no boss like that to have no label. Now, maybe Drake will motivate him. Maybe he'll try to have a label. But I don't believe he got his ears to the street to sign people like Drake, because Drake been like that since he came into the game. He's just always had his ear to the street for the young artists. Now, I'm not picking one over the other. I'm just telling y'all what's going on. I'm not picking sides. I'm just telling the facts. So I'm not anti Kendrick because some brothers you can't comprehend. You think when a brother say this one is this, and some of these brothers, man, you picking a side. You can't just be honest. They don't look at you honest. They look at sides. I don't really have no side like that. I'm not on Drake's side. What's the side? Yeah, he could have created yeah, he could have created a label. He got to become more artist friendly, but he shouldn't be listening. Kendrick needs to sign to Drake if he's smart. He need to go sign to OVO. OVO will give him a big ass bag. If he signed to Drake, right, he gonna get a big ass bag. He gonna get hella buzz. So that first project gonna go crazy. Then he's gonna expand his creativity because he's now signed to somebody that he thinks this way, this one think that way. So now Kendrick will be able to open up his artistic and let Drake add a little up to it to open up. Then it's a crazy buzz. Kendrick signed to Drake. And you use all that for buzz and you monopolize off of it. You come out and say, man, we was just battling. When I said A minor, that's because he said something about my wife. It said his friend was skeeting on my wife. None of that was real. That was a battle. Me and Drake is cool. We making money. Just like that. Because a lot of these black men is feminine anyway. You are feminine if you are caught up into that battle. You know what I'm saying? What kind of man care about that all feminine like that over that battle? Imagine me now hating Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? Just because I think Drake gonna do all this stuff. Imagine me being I ain't anti Kendrick though. You know what I'm saying? That's too feminine. I'm not finna be like Kendrick ain't this and Kendrick ain't that though. And Kendrick, but come on. Y'all some grown ass men. This not anti Kendrick. I'm saying that they won't be able to outdo him because they not in a position. Jay-Z is old and Kendrick is not a boss yet. And Kendrick cannot make as many songs as Drake. He just can't. Kendrick cannot produce like Drake because Kendrick is a one-sided rapper. Drake sing and rap. Drake is better, can produce more records. He just released 3 albums. Who you know did that? Kendrick is a rapper. Drake is a rapper and producer and CEO. And an extremely hard, fast worker. You know, you have rappers that can just make a lot of songs. Every rapper just can't do that. Even if they're a good rapper, that don't mean they could put out production like that. Drake production, even in that battle, he was out producing Kendrick. Drake's last release was 3 songs. Family Matters was 3 songs. They're Not Like Us was 1 song. The reason that battle was going like that is because of Drake. Because when Drake dropped a disc and Kendrick dropped a disc, Drake dropped another one. So now Kendrick had to drop another one. And then Drake dropped another one. So Kendrick had to drop. Drake was the reason that battle was going so fast. I did it all live. I followed it live over here. Drake the reason that songs was being dropped every day, not Kendrick. If it was up to Kendrick, Kendrick would have dropped 1 disc song. Drake would have dropped 1. That would have been it. Drake was the one kept coming back fast as Kendrick dropped a song. The last time Kendrick dropped a song, Drake dropped 3. Tell me I'm lying. Family Matters was 3 songs. Am I lying? Family Matters was 3 songs. I was like, dang. And the quality was way better. There was no Kendrick was struggling. That's why Mustard had to help him. That's why I got a lot of respect for Mustard. Mustard came in and saved Kendrick. Mustard is a stand-up dude because Kendrick was getting washed. You got to respect Mustard. Mustard went and gave that boy a hit and ended the battle. That's classic hip-hop. Man, Mustard went and gave him They Not Like Us, and that's just a song. The hook was perfect. The beat was perfect. It's over. You know what I'm saying? You can't, you know what I'm saying? That'll over. But go listen to Family Matters. Family Matters was 3 songs. They were dropping one. Drake dropped 3. So I was like, dang, his production is crazy. You know how good of a rapper you got to do to go in there and drop them songs like that? You know how good your team got to be? You know how you got to have somebody right there to do the mastering right there? The rest of us, we got a book mastering. If I call to get a song master, they're going to be like, well, you can come in Thursday. That man was getting songs mastered right that day. He got beat because They Not Like Us is a one-in-a-lifetime song. The beat was perfect. The hook was perfect. It's case closed. Game over. They Not Like Us was the best song in the battle. You know, it is what it is. They dropped the bomb. You know what I'm saying? They Not Like Us. But these 3 tracks on here was ugly though. Drive, drive me like a ooh. I was really trying to take it easy. But come on, man. Man, listen. That was my favorite. Now, that's when I'm gonna teach you about the business. Those was my favorite songs. But They Not Like Us was a better song. See, when you're gonna be in the music business, you can't be biased. My favorite song don't mean it's the best song. So them 2 songs on Family Matters was to me the best songs because it was 3, but 2 of them was something else. Right? So those was my favorite, but my favorite don't make it the best. The best song in the battle, no matter who, if they don't say it was They Not Like Us, they not being honest. They mixing up what they like with what's the best. Sometimes you like something that ain't the best. It's just you like it. But the best song by far was They Not Like Us. Shit. Now, if you don't know that, you can't go in the music business because if I go in the music business, I'm going to pick the songs on Family Matter and miss out on the hit. So to be a CEO in the music business, I got to listen to them songs and say, I really like this song, but this the hit right here. Later for what I like. Because if you're in the music business, you got to sell what the people like. What you like is one thing. What the people like, and the people going to like, They Not Like Us. Period. Because They Not Like Us, right? Now let me break that down to you. They Not Like Us is going to go forever because They Not Like Us has multiple uses. So that hook is a universal hook with multiple uses. So if we on the football team, we could run out there on They Not Like Us because we saying that team ain't like us. Basketball, I could say They Not Like Us. So They Not Like Us is a sports classic forever. Because you can always say, they not like us. You can use that in sports. Crazy. Super Bowl, you run out. You run out. Dun-dun-dun-dun. So that's one of the greatest songs. That's a how that, you know what I'm saying? That's got multiple applications. The U.S. can come out to that at the Olympics and say the rest of y'all ain't like us. They not like us. You know what I'm saying? So that's right there. You know, that you know what I'm saying? No, I mean, listen, man. It's a battle. At a battle, everything is fair. If you're gonna sit up there and say your friend skeeted on his wife and his baby mama, then it's all fair. It's all fair. Because Drake said his friend skeeted on Kendrick baby mama and said Kendrick's kid might not be his. So be honest. That wasn't cool either. Drake was the one crossed the line. And then Kendrick just accompanied him. Well, Kendrick might have crossed the line first. I don't know which one crossed the line first, but they both was professional line crossers. So it was a battle. So they both crossed the line. So hey, it is what it is. You can't say that baby might not be yours. Come on, man. So we ain't gonna try to figure out which one was the most disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's all disrespectful, no matter who it is. My thing is, for men, we don't care. For men, we watch it. It's a good battle. He won, and we move on. We don't get emotionally attached to one or the other like that. So I don't want people to think I'm attached to Drake just because I see Drake got the business ability more than Kendrick. Drake got the better production, the quicker production, the better team, the ability to make more songs quicker, the ability to make a larger variety of songs, and he has the number one winner. He can get the ladies, and the population is always more with the ladies. There's 168 million men for every 171 million women. So they say boys, 105 to 100 girls. So typically there's more women than men. So whoever can get the women gonna make more money because women are not gonna play music to attract men on a date, but men are gonna play music to attract women. So when you make music, if you make songs that women like, the women gonna buy it because they like it, and the men gonna buy it because the women like it. So the women's songs, Drake is always gonna make the most money. Period. Because when he makes songs that ladies like, he gonna get the ladies and the men. Because when we go to pick up the woman, we gonna play Drake. I know I am. I'm not playing Kendrick on no date. I'm gonna play Drake. I'm trying to get this woman to be more chilled and relaxed and more lovey-dovey. And so any artist, any male artist that can target women is always going to be bigger than life. So Drake, Jay-Z is not going to going to get women like that. Neither is Kendrick. Drake got the lover boy look, got the voice, got the singing and stuff. Drake is going to be bigger than them. They can't be as big as him because he targets the ladies, and he came in the game smart. singing and rapping. He set his stuff up perfect. They never gonna be as big as him. When it's all said and done, Drake is gonna be the number one artist in hip hop until somebody else come and knock him off. Once Drake get this new deal over the next 4 or 5 years, he gonna be way ahead of everybody. That's a fact. If you don't know that, you can't get into music. Don't get in the music business. You're too emotional for business. Business is not emotion. Any dude that think I'm lying on Valentine's Day, right? See, like Mo, he lying. Because on Valentine's Day, he gonna go do all this shit for a woman. He lying. He gonna buy the pink candy. He gonna do all that. He lying. He not gonna be Kendrick on Valentine's Day. He gonna be Drake. He lying. He lying. He lying. This is business. He don't know what he's talking about. Let me ask him a simple question. Watch this. Mo, in business, in music business, who can you make the most money from? The men or the women? In the music business, who can you make the most money from? The men or the women? Put it in, give me an answer. Watch this. Watch. Watch this. He ain't gonna answer. In the music business, who gonna argue the most money? Plantation, like I don't know what you're talking about. You slow. Just say this is business over your head. Just say y'all talking big time business and it's over my head. That's it. Just say that. Just say y'all talking big time business. It's over my head. Just log off and come back when we talking about something more that you know what I'm saying. Just come back when we talking about something that more that fits your mentality. This is up here, this business, and you on some other stuff because you say slave plantation, but Kendrick's audience be 75% white. Kendrick's audience don't be black, and Kendrick dancers don't be black. A whole bunch of them dancers for Kendrick be white. Kendrick not black, show not black like that. There be all kind of gay people and everything out there with Kendrick. Y'all think them dudes out there is heterosexuals dancing behind Kendrick? Huh? Who y'all think be out there dancing? Yeah, we're talking that black stuff. Hey, look, let me show you how black that is. Hold on. This big Pharaoh. Y'all know how I do. Now be honest. How black that look? Be honest. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. We gonna do this. You won't smoke. How black that look? That straight hair represent black people? Because black people ain't got no straight hair like that. On your right, the person behind them, do they look black? They don't look black to me. How many gay men is out there y'all think dancing? How many gay men y'all think be a part of his dance crew? How many? How many men you think be in his dance crew be gay? Because y'all trying like he's super black. I'm just saying. I ain't against it. You the one said the black stuff. You the one say the black stuff. No, I don't get it. I don't think you know what you're talking about. I don't get it. Because revolutionary brothers would say this is plantation right here. They would say this is sellout. If you're so revolutionary, but now you're not revolutionary. Now you're not no revolutionary no more. All that revolutionary black stuff, you had to park it. When you synced all this straight hair and light skin, you had to start fumbling and mumbling. Listen, bro, stay in your lane. You don't want this smoke. Yeah, you come back tomorrow, bro. Come back tomorrow. Yeah, you a fraud. Once I see you a fraud, you ain't no stand up dude, and you don't be like, okay, I see what you're saying, and you continue to try to fight a losing battle. I don't really want to talk to you because you ain't no stand up dude. I really proved my point real simply. Nothing about Kendrick is pro black. None of his shows are pro black. His shows are artistic shows. His dancers are not black. His dancers is all kind of stuff. And it's a lot of weirdos in his dance team. It is what it is. He's artistic. He's not pro black like that. The black man ain't out there dancing around like that. You can't find no strong heterosexual men. I'm just saying. Look, all you brothers over here, you gonna be in this? You gonna be these dudes in the back? What's his name? GT. Listen. Yeah, hold on. GITGG original. Let me see you go try out to be one of them dancers. Let me see you be one of them dancers. I got toxic masculinity. I know I ain't gonna be one of them dancers. I'm just saying, I ain't hating on the dancers. I'm just saying I know about dancers. They go to dance school. That's it. They go to dance school. They performers. I'm just saying. I'm just keeping it real. It ain't black like that. Last I checked, Kendrick ain't married to no black woman. But whatever. I ain't hating on him. I'm just answering the pro black people. His wife not black. She's some kind of foreigner. I'm just saying. I know some real black brothers that wouldn't like Kendrick just based on his choice of marriage. Not me. I'm just saying. If you want to talk super black dudes wouldn't like Kendrick. Like black revolutionaries, extra black dudes, they wouldn't like Kendrick just based on his wife. Am I lying? I'm just saying. They would say it ain't much different between his wife and Drake. That's what they would say. That ain't what I'm saying. But if he say they not like us, some people say his wife is the they. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But a lot of people would say if he say they not like us, he married a they. He didn't marry us. That was some people would say, not me. But I would say the song don't match his lifestyle if you want to look at it racially. If you want to look at it racially, that's why I say the race card don't make no sense. Kendrick can't play the race card because he wouldn't be considered black like that. I'm not saying nothing wrong with it. I'm saying according to what the image is with they not like us doesn't fit him. Not me. I don't got no problem with it. I would have had sex with her and had a baby with her. So I don't have no problem with that. I'm just saying if you're trying to make him extra black, you phony. He not black like that. His shows ain't black like he not black like that. He mixed. He appealed to all kind of people. That's why he big. That's why he just performed in Europe. If he was black like that, he wouldn't be performing in Europe. He performing in Europe because he's artistic. And this big Pharaoh, I've been to the shows. I've been taking people to the shows. I was dropping Uber. I was driving Uber when he came here. It was all white people going to see him. Everybody that I picked up to take down there to the United Center was white. It was packed white people going to see Kendrick and Kanye. Kanye and Kendrick have like a 70 to 75% white audience. Not a whole lot of black people. The black folks was going to see Dirt. Black folks don't be going to see no Kendrick Lamar. Black people don't listen to Kendrick Lamar. Listen, black people don't listen to Kendrick Lamar. I would never listen to Kendrick Lamar. I don't listen to Kendrick Lamar. Even when he first came out with Pool Full of Liquor, I didn't listen. I be listening to drill music. His music ain't my type, but I'm in the music business. He's good though. That's why I'm trying to show you. I still consider him one of the best artists. Like if you got a classical artist that's real big in the classical world, just because I don't live in like classical music don't mean they not good. Or just because I don't like jazz music don't mean dude ain't good. It's just not my type of music. See what I'm saying? Kendrick is great. That's just not my type of music. Younger generation looks at Ye like a rebel. No, they don't. Young niggas don't listen to no goddamn Kanye. You in the house. Nobody listening to Kanye. Kanye is looked at as an idiot. The younger people and black people, we look at Kanye like he dropping the bag, like he talking too much crazy shit, like his mental illness fucking up his money. You can't be married to a Kardashian and always run around with a white woman and be no revolutionary. You know what I'm saying? Oh, younger white people, yeah, kind of. You know what I'm saying? Black women do not like Kanye because it seems like he don't like black women. Black women hate Kanye. Because every time you look up, he ain't never with no black woman. He ain't not respected like that. And who he was living with in France and all that. I ain't going to get into all that. Those that don't know how Kanye really get down. You know what I'm saying? We ain't going to get into that. I ain't gonna do all that, but you know, you know, Big Pharaoh. No, I just be trying to be, I be trying to be halfway decent. I don't be trying to You know, I don't be trying to, you know what I'm saying? I don't internet beef because I could really troll and be the biggest troll. You know, you know, people should love me because I could really be a troll. You know what I'm saying? I be being nice. Y'all don't think I be being nice? I don't be trolling dudes like I could, do I? I don't be, listen, y'all don't think I'm nice? I don't be really trolling dudes like that, like I could, as you can see. Like, I don't be trolling, you know what I'm saying? I don't be showing them in I don't be showing, you know what I'm saying? And I don't be telling what I know. Y'all know I don't be telling what I know like that. I be nice, you know what I'm saying? I don't be telling. You know what I'm saying? Now, if somebody stepped on my foot though, it'll go ugly. It'll go ugly. It'll go ugly if it'll go ugly. It'll go. They go ugly with Big Pharaoh. And then when they go ugly with Big Pharaoh, and then they come to the city and they're like, this dude talking crazy. And like, it's a dude named Pharaoh. They're like, we don't know no Pharaoh. Who Pharaoh? And then they show them my picture. They mean like, oh, you mean Ramesses? Oh, no, no. You don't want to go that way. Oh, you mean Stu Gambling? Oh, no. No, you don't want none with Stu. Yeah. Oh, Pharaoh? Oh, no. No, you know. Leave him alone. He trying to be positive right now. You don't want it. You know what I'm saying? You understand? I know dudes who got barred for their behavior. Yeah, I know dudes in Chicago that got barred and had to pay the mob based on their behavior. They had to pay a fee for certain accusations and different things like that. Yeah, so it's a lot to this stuff. But I like Kendrick though. I think he's real talented because you got to have alternative music, and he gonna them white people gonna always give him their awards because he's a good nigga. So as long as he's doing all that artistic shit and talking a little black, they're gonna always give him the Grammy. They would have gave it to Kanye if he would have just stayed a little artistic and not said nothing. They're gonna always give it to somebody like Kendrick or somebody like Kanye, somebody non-threatening. So they love Kendrick because he's non-threatening. He's a good boy. In the real world, he's a industry darling because it's a whole bunch of jibber jabber and it don't really go in no direction. And they like Drake because he gonna keep the radio popping. He gonna keep the radio going. He gonna keep you know what I'm saying? He gonna keep the radio going. He gonna keep the dating going. Stuff like Valentine's Day. So both of them is good for the industry. Kendrick is great because you can go and see the black guy and get a little black stuff. You know what I'm saying? Feel like you're listening to some like really strong black stuff. You can go see the safe revolutionary. They'd be lined up to see his ass. Industry support. The industry don't support. You know why the industry don't like Drake? Because Drake represents moving up too much in business. Drake represents domination. Drake represents getting your own record label. They see Drake too hungry. They see Drake as somebody that want to have his own label. So they worried about him. That's where they see Drake. That's why they fear Drake. So that's why he put them 3 albums together. Now he finna get a label deal. He gonna be a problem. Drake got to be careful because he might just get sick or something might happen to him. Because he's a threat to the powers that be. He's pushing independence. They don't like that. They want his downfall. All of a sudden, somebody activated Jay-Z. All of a sudden, Jay-Z's activated. What y'all think of where he come from? Why he pop up all of a sudden with the new hairstyle? Right when Drake's finna get a label deal that's gonna be bigger than that failed Rockefeller and all that stuff he did fail. That website he had people sign up to that didn't do nothing, took them people money and closed it down. Everybody signed up to that distribution and lost all their money. Y'all know he had the little distribution thing. Him and the other dude had it. I had this dude with the other brother that had the distribution of website. I signed up to that shit. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't do nothing but rob everybody. I ain't gonna call a brother all out his name and all that. Title, but what was the other one with the black brother? I was signed up for that. Man, it was horrible. I had to go take all my music back down. Steve Stout, what was his called? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Steve Stout, what was his called? A straight man. He didn't do nothing for nobody with that jump. He took all that black stuff. United Masters. United Masters. Man, I went and signed up for United Masters, took my artists over there. Man, first off, it kept crashing. Every time you look up, you can't sign in. That was the first problem. Every time you look in, you can't sign in. They talk about wait 2 or 3 days, then you can sign in. Then you look up and crash again, you can't sign in. I said, okay, bye. Man, it crashed over and over and over and over. It crashed over and over. And if Jay-Z come in and start dissing Drake, let me give y'all some game. If Jay-Z come in and start dissing Drake, he not trying to step on Drake. Look, I'm gonna teach y'all the art of war. If Jay-Z starts to go at Drake, you know who he really stepping on? He gonna be stepping on Kendrick. Just let that sink in. If Kendrick beat Drake in the battle, and then Jay-Z comes in and goes at Kendrick, that's a slick move at Kendrick. So if Jay-Z comes in and goes at Drake, right? Kendrick beats Drake. Kendrick won the battle, here's Drake. If Jay-Z comes when Drake is trying to get to the label and goes at Drake, he's really shooting a shot at Kendrick. That's what he's doing. He's basically said, okay, Kendrick, what? Basically. I'm telling you. If Jay-Z comes in and goes at Drake, he's trying to sound better than Kendrick. He's trying to. So now Kendrick ain't the only one won. See what I'm saying? Because right now Kendrick beat Drake. So this is Kendrick, this is Drake. If Jay-Z beat Drake, now it's Kendrick and Jay-Z. Now everybody's looking for that. Okay, both of y'all beat Drake. Now what? Y'all got to go at it for who the champ. Tell me I'm lying. It's like a fight for the title. Tell me I'm lying. Look at the time and Jay-Z coming back. Right when Drake finna go crazy and run the Drake is finna win the overall battle because Kendrick is a worker and Drake is a boss. So Kendrick finna lose the overall battle. He finna take a L. Because this man dropped 3 albums. This man did a bit. This man is running the internet now. Ain't nobody talking about Kendrick. Ain't Kendrick lost. Kendrick lost. This man did 140 million streams. This man got 130 billion streams. Kendrick lost. This Kendrick lost. But the problem, reason Jay-Z ain't gonna win, because Jay-Z ain't never reached for nobody. Jay-Z ain't never reached for Future. Jay-Z ain't reached for nobody. Now all of a sudden he reaching for Benny Siegel and all that, but he left them for dead. He didn't do nothing for Memphis Bleak. He didn't do nothing for nobody. So now he coming out of retirement. Now all of a sudden he got them on stage, some people that he left out there. He left them out there dry and high. Now all of a sudden he got a plan. Now he calling them, y'all come. Am I lying? He did nothing for none of them. He just left them. And now he got a plan. Now they supposed to come back at his beck and call? What y'all think about that? Benny Siegel making hot dogs and stuff. And now here you come playing them, man. Listen, Benny Siegel looking real bad running back behind Jay-Z. And a lot of people saying Jay-Z gonna use him and send him right back to the hot dog stand. That's what people saying. Because on that note, dealing with stuff like that, I give Jay-Z his credit for the type of artist he is, but I don't like Jay-Z because the first person Jay-Z is supposed to reach for is Dame. Jay-Z was not supposed to leave Dame messed up like that. The first person he's supposed to try to work out their differences is Dame. Without Dame, there ain't no damn Jay-Z. So now you're going to reach for everybody but Dame. You're going to get there and say your teeth came out and all that. And I know Dame said some stuff, but that's still your man's though. Benny Siegel said some stuff about you. Benny Siegel and them came to your show want to beat you up, wanted to whoop you. How you forgive Benny Siegel and not Dame? And Benny Siegel didn't do nothing for you, and Dame did everything for you. Make that make some sense. Now, you ain't got nobody to back you up. So now you're on the stage. You ain't do nothing for Memphis Bleak either. Just left Bleak out there. He went and did interviews with everybody, but Bleak is why he didn't go do the interview with Bleak so Bleak could get some views. Bleak is on the internet, got a channel. He go do interviews with everybody except Bleak. And Bleak always there. And did he go on Bleak show? But now he got Bleak on stage. What y'all think about that? That's your man, Bleak, always there. Bleak get a show. You should have been his first interview. You should have popped that man's show off for him. No. You going to interview with everybody but him. With everybody but him. You went and did an interview for some young dude on GQ. You know what I'm saying? You go do an interview with some young dude on GQ and let GQ get all them views. And now you got Bleak up on stage, but you never went and blew up his show. The first time Jay-Z should have came out, the first interview he should have did all these years was with Memphis Bleak. The second interview he should have did was on Dame Dash Network and squashed the beef on Dame Dash Network. Like a G. That's what he should have did. I'm letting everybody know me and Dame cool. And blow up Dame, put some money in Dame's pocket. Why I got sunglasses on? Because I'm grown and you can't take them off. Come take them off. Why is you always watching me like a girl? And why you got that fake lion on there? Because a lion ain't going to care nothing about that kind of stuff. So why don't you move more masculine? Why you so feminine? Why you asking me girl questions? With a male lion. You know what I'm saying? Why? You want to see my eyes? You want to look into my eyes? Like a little B word? I'm just saying. I don't like dudes. You know what I'm saying? Just a random observation. Go eat a random D. You know what I'm saying? Do that randomly. You know, go put a D, go eat a D randomly. Do that, right? Yeah, go observe that. A D in your mouth. You know? Go observe that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Tell some of the females in your family, come over here, let me observe them. You know what I'm saying? Don't be observing me, punk. Don't see my ones, don't see my guns. Get it? Get your ass out of here. Come observe later. I don't like men observing me. I don't want you observing me with no fake picture. How you got a fake picture, but you want to observe somebody else? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you asking me something personal. Why you always got glasses on? Let me ask you something. If you walk around Chicago, can you walk up to any man in Chicago on the streets and say, why you always got glasses on? How you think that'll go? They're going to be like, what? What you mean? Where you live at? You live in some weirdo place, don't you? Because where I'm from, you can't ask me and stuff like that. Here in Chicago, that's fighting words. It's an insult. Yeah, that's an insult in Chicago. That's an insult. But for the people watching me, when we do live, we got to have a lot of lights on it. You see all these lights? So you got to protect your eyes. So you got to protect your eyes because you're looking into bright lights. There's bright lights for my audience. I just don't like the way he asked me. But yeah, if you're doing live stream and you got your ring lights and stuff in your face, wear sunglasses. Protect your eyes. You can't just be here with that light shining directly in your eye. And if you don't got light, they can't see you. You see all this background lit up? That's because light. See? You can see the lights. Let me see if I can see the light in my see? See those lights? See the light? You also got to position yourself so these lights don't be showing up while you're doing live. So I got the lights in a way where you can't see them, but they there. So that's why for y'all. So y'all know the facts. Like wear lights. I mean, wear glass, wear sunglasses when you going live. Don't just be sitting there letting that light just shine in your face like that. You're gonna mess your eyes up. If you want to, because I always like to help y'all if you want to be content creators. And it's like, it's no way you could not have the light shining on you because when you turn it, then it's going to get dark behind you. So the light got to be shining. It's always got to be shining in this direction. So to protect my eyes, I like to have a bib on. You know what I'm saying? So the light shining up here, I like to have my sunglasses on to kill some of the brightness. And because I'm a player. And I'm playing, and that's another thing. You know what I'm saying? I got to have my sunglasses on so they can see what I ain't looking at, you know? You know what I'm saying? So you're a player, you go outside, you have your sunglasses on, you can peep shorty body. Nobody don't really know you peeping it, you know what I'm saying? So you could be like, I'm a girl watcher. I'm a girl watcher. Watching girls go by. Man. You know what I'm saying? That's also a player. You know what I'm saying? That's a player. You know what I'm saying? I'm a player. I don't be playing though. I don't be chasing women, but you know, I be married or with a woman, I be loyal. But you gotta always I gotta keep my playerism sharp, you know what I'm saying? Because even your wife or your woman, she wants you to be a player. She want to be with a player. She wants somebody that women gonna like. She don't want you if you ain't no player. You ain't no catch. Now, you don't got to be a whore. That's different. You don't sleep with everything. You just, you know what I'm saying? You don't sleep around. That cheapens you. So if you're a man, the more you sleep around, the more it cheapens you. It cheapens you. You know what I'm saying? You can't have these women saying, I was with him, I was with him, I was with him. That lowers your stock. Some men make you think your stock go up. No. If too many women be with you, your stock go down. That's a fact. Your stock go down. You too easy. You too accessible. You're not rare. Don't let them fool you like you supposed to sleep with a lot of ladies. That lowers your stock and increases your chances of STDs. Your STD rate go up and your stock go down. Yeah. Yeah, your HIV rate, your HIV possibilities go up. Your gonorrhea possibilities, your syphilis possibilities go up. Not to mention all other type of contagious diseases. Because you out here kissing the Lyme disease out of mouth. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what baby girl got. You know what I'm saying? So don't be nasty just sleeping with anybody, you know? You don't want women like, I was with him, I was with him, I was with him, I was with him. You don't want that. You know what I mean? You don't want that. for the young brothers to be watching me. You don't want that. You don't want to sleep with no whole lot of women. You know what I'm saying? Always remember that. The opposite of women is money. Too many women means less money, right? Don't chase the hag, chase the bag. Chase the bag. And then the women will holler at you. And chasing the women will run. Chase the bag. At the end of the day, it's still going to cost you money. You got to pay bills, this and that. Chase the money. Chase the money. Always. When I'm in a relationship with a woman, she know when I leave home, she know I ain't chasing no women. My queen know. Oh, I know what he doing. He ain't chasing no women. He chasing the bag. I ain't got to worry about my man. My man ain't cheating. My man is chasing the bag. All he do is chase the bag. He ain't chasing the bag. He chilling. So a woman ain't got to worry about me. Because they know if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. I just need one woman. I don't need a whole bunch of women. I need some money. I need a whole bunch of money. I don't need a whole bunch of women. I'm going to keep it real. I don't need no whole bunch of women. Understand? I'm going to tell you straight up. Because in most cases, too many women is anti-money. They sucking money away. You know what I'm saying? So you got to train them to not want to suck money away. Women have a tendency to want to play too much. They like play, play, play. They don't know how to sit still. Soon as they get some money, they start spending. They can't wait to get some money. They be talking about spending it before they even get it. Whereas a man, you're supposed to sit still. All your spending got to be based on earnings. You got to make so much before you spend. A woman will spend with just a little bit of money. She just made a little bit, and she'll start spending. Facts. She'll start spending right away. She will not sit her ass down. You got to train her to sit down. Because if she won't sit down, I give y'all a game on the side. She won't sit down. So if you're goofy, y'all gonna be the goofy twins. Cause she gonna be a goofy because you ain't teaching her right. So much money gotta come in. So when you're a hustler, that's what you chasing. You ain't chasing women, you chasing money. You go buy a woman house to take her a package, she wanna have sex, you want your money so you could go. Cause you got more women waiting on more packages. I don't got no time to lay up with you, okay? Give me my money. Because once I lay up with you, next time I come, you're going to want it free. You're going to be on so I got to pay. Yeah, you got to pay. But once they have sex with you, they don't feel like they got to pay no more. You know what I'm saying? So if you hustling, or if you got any kind of business, and you're doing the business with a woman, it could be cutting grass. You've been cutting her grass, she pay you. If you sleep with her, she ain't going to pay you. She going to want you to cut the grass for free. You just lost a customer. When a woman's paying you, don't have sex with her. You just threw your money away. And don't be chasing money, chase the bag. Because when you chasing money, you're lowering yourself. You're making your sperm nothing and her coochie something. But it's the other way around. The value's in the sperm. The value not in no coochie. You give her something. She don't give you nothing. So you say you're going to get some pee. Show me the pee. You're not going to get nothing. You're going to drop off some nutrients. I keep saying that PUSSY was an actual substance, it would be sperm, right? If there was a substance that people get when they have sex, it would be sperm. That's the only substance that gets exchanged. Am I lying? What do you get from a woman? Nothing. You go give. And that's why you get tired and she ready to keep going because she done took all your vitamin D, your vitamin E, your zinc, all that. You just gave her a booster shot. And you just drained yourself. More game for you. And once you make a woman think that she's special, she giving you something, she's going to be a hard-headed B word. She ain't going to be no good wife. She ain't going to be no good girlfriend. She's going to be a fucked up dictator. Because you making her think she all that. More than you. You put her up over you. You don't put no woman up over you. They got to put you up. Because if somebody break in the house, you the one got to put your life out there. So when you going to get praised when you always praising her? But then when something happens, you the one lose your life. You know what I'm saying? If the woman is all that, I had women like that. They all that. They run in their mouth. We go to bed. She hears some noise downstairs. Oh, Pharaoh, I hear some noise downstairs. I'd be like, go down there and see what it is. Yeah, no, you was talking shit earlier. Go see. Don't be talking tough to me. And now you think it's a burglar. Take your tough ass down there to the burglar. Now, if you soft, I'm going to go down here, but stay your ass soft. Don't think you're going to be soft when it's serious and then hard after I put my life on the line. Facts. Stay your ass in. You scary, right? All right, stay like that. Don't try to turn back. Don't start sticking your chest out after I go put my life on the line. Now, if you tough Antoinette, go down there and see who broke in. Facts. I'm not going down there. Not the way you be running your mouth. Take your tough ass down there. Because the way you run your mouth, I'm not going to be here tomorrow and next week anyway. We finna break up. I'm finna leave you. So who going to go down there next week? When you get through yapping, who going to go down there next week? Because I'm finna bounce. Yeah, I got to go. I got to find me a woman where I'm really dominant. I don't want no dominant woman. I got PTSD. I need a soft, nice woman, a helper, a lover, somebody looking out for me. I ain't trying to date my mama. You know what I'm saying? Because the only woman can holler at me and tell me what to do is my mama. And I couldn't wait to get away from her ass. I wasn't trying to hear what she was talking. That's why I moved when I was 18. So, come on. How you going to tell me something? I ain't listen to my mom. My mama told me don't smoke no greens. I went right out there and smoked them. So I wasn't trying to hear nothing she talking about. You understand? I been stopped listening to mommy by the time I was 14, 15. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real. By the time I'm 14, 15, I ain't even listen to my mom unless she insists. She had to like basically gangster me. She had to put me in a situation where I had to listen because she mommy. But if it's a situation where I could pretend I'm listening and I could say, okay, and then go outside and be like, the hell, what you talking about? That's how I was getting down. Well, don't you go out there doing this? Okay, I go dead out there and do it. And then if she catch me, I play dumb. I play dumb on her. I nut up. Boy, I thought I told you don't do that. I play dumb, and then when she gone, I'm like, I ain't trying to hear nothing you talk about. Don't you see I'm going to do what I want to do, lady? I respect you because I'm trying not to let you know. You wasn't supposed to find out. So I respect my mama because I'm trying to hide it. I ain't going to do it right in front of your face. I got respect for my mama. I have respect for my mama. But I wasn't trying to hear what the hell she was talking about, though. Not when I got a certain age. I'm finna do me. I'm just saying. So that's that. I'm finna end this. I hope y'all learned on that knowledge too. I always throw a little extra knowledge in there. You know what I'm saying? Don't you be hollering and fighting your woman and all that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta let her just, holler and get it off and be like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? Don't be hollering back at your woman. Oh, you know. You know what I'm saying? Why is you arguing back with your woman when you ain't listening to her anyway? You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to argue with my woman. And my man, I'm thinking, shut up, talk to me. I ain't listen to you anyway. So ain't no need of me getting all excited because what she talking about ain't shit anyway. So I ain't got to get all excited. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to hit it again. I'm going to hit it and hit it and hit it. So I don't want to mess up my hitting. I don't want to stretch my hitting out. So I just be quiet. It ain't about my mouth. It's about what I'm going to do and what I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying? Don't be hollering at your woman and stuff. Let her say what she gonna say. Be like, okay, baby. A lot of times, just go do it. You know what I'm saying? And then if you don't want to do it, pretend you agree, and just don't do it. Don't tell her you ain't gonna do it. Be like, okay, babe, and then just don't do it. Both of y'all win. She win because you told her you gonna do it, and you win because you ain't gonna do it. Why you telling her you ain't gonna do it? You ain't no player. That's right. You're supposed to tell her, yeah, okay, babe, I got you. And then just don't do it. If you don't want to do it. And then sometimes just do it anyway for the hell of it. If it ain't no big deal, what the hell you care? You ain't got to put no feelings in it, just do it. Okay, done. All right, boom. I hope y'all learn from that. You know what I'm saying? But don't be running around here cheating on your woman, bringing back STDs and bringing back AIDS and shit, HIV back to the house. If she don't fall for what you gonna do about it? Beat me up? If she loves you, what you gonna do? If she want to leave you, she's gonna leave anyway. If she gonna leave you, she gonna leave anyway. And basically, your job is to help her and do stuff for her. So if she asks you to do something, that's what you signed up for. You trying to satisfy her because that's who you live with. You know what I'm saying? So you trying to satisfy her mostly. You ain't trying to not do what she requests, but you want to make sure her request is legitimate. You don't want her to be no drill sergeant. See what I'm saying? If you do too many requests, you turn her into a military drill sergeant. So you got to let her know, hold on. I love you. You my wife. You not my mama. See, you got to get that clear with women because women raise children. And if you ain't careful, she'll start talking to you like she your mama. That's the point I'm trying to make. You got to make sure she stay your woman. You not my mama. I'm not an MF. I'm not sleeping with my mama, so don't be acting like my mama. You not my mama. That's my point I'm making. Because they mothers by nature, and they'll get it confused. And then they'll start acting like a mother with you. They get confused. And now she not no wife. She try to act like a mama. They get confused. Yeah, they get confused. Some of these women gonna act like your mama, but ain't even no mama with their kid. Their son is a dumbass. They ain't teaching him nothing. Try to teach me, try to tell me something. Especially if it's like a stepson. You ever been in a situation with a woman and it's not your son's stepson, and he's a dumbass, she ain't telling him nothing, she try to tell you everything? You gotta tell her, go raise that little dumbass boy back there and shut up talking to me like that. Go raise your son and stop talking to me. If you know so much, why your son fell in school and why he a dumbass? And don't do nothing, don't clean up his room, don't do nothing. Don't be trying to be my mama and you a bad mama with your real son. Baby, bye. Yeah, I'll say that. I'll diss her and her son. Girl, your son's a little B word. Shut up talking to me. Don't be having that punk and try to talk crazy to me. Your son's a punk. You know what I'm saying? A weirdo and a punk and ain't on nothing, don't do nothing, don't clean up or nothing. And then you want to come try and talk crazy to me? You know what? I'm going to leave you and him here. I got options. Because I'm always, you know what I'm saying? That's why you're a player. That's why you got to keep options. You don't cheat on her, but you got to have prospects. I'm just saying. You got to have prospects. Not, you know what I'm saying? She might go out and cheat on you. You find she cheated on you. Then you know to call Debbie. What's up, Debbie? I've been meaning to get with you, but you know I've been busy and everything. We need to hook up and go hang out. Like that. You've been keeping Debbie kind of on the hook. You ain't never touched her. This one acted crazy. You know what I'm saying? Put on the Biggie Small. You know what I'm saying? I don't chase them. I replace them. Blah, blah, blah. But you don't tell her you replace her. You tell her she broke your heart. You broke my heart. That's what you tell her. If a woman do you dirty and leave, don't tell her you don't care. Pretend you super hurt. I'm telling you, pretend you super hurt. As far as you're concerned, she done pulled your whole heart out your chest. That's what you tell her. Don't really be like that, because now you're a wimp and you got to pretend. So don't really be hurt, but act like it. There's a difference in the mentality. And so you move on, get somebody, but you keep telling her, yeah, man, you really hurt me. I can't believe you did that, da, 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 da. So then she's going to eventually say, like, well, we can hang out and talk about it. Be like, nah, really, I'm kind of busy. Not really. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't want to tell you this. I ain't as hurt as I've been pretending. Bitch, I've been moved on. You know what I'm saying? I was just playing. You know what I'm saying? You out of there. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, but that's what you think. Girl, baby, bye. I've been moved on. I'm just, playing the role. I'm just keeping it there. I might want to hit it about 3, 4, 5 years from now. I might want, you know what I'm saying? I might want to get back. You know what I'm saying? I got to make sure everything stay hittable. You know? You just never know. So everything got to stay hittable. I'm not trying to totally run you away. I'm just trying to put you on the shelf. And you was such a headache, I'm going to kind of leave you on the shelf, because every time I look at you, I think I need some aspirin. You remind me of all the headaches. That's why women don't be doing all that hollering and screaming all the time, because when you break up with him and he gets you out of his system, he thinking about getting you back, but he remember, yeah, but I ain't been having to hear all that hollering and screaming all the time. I think I'm good. You know what I'm saying? All that crazy shit you do, he might still love you, but when he balanced out how you was acting and he's free from it now, he thinking, I don't know if I want, yeah, I love her, but I don't think I want to jump, not that much. I don't love her that much. I don't want to, the bad part, is it worth it? Do I want to go back into that? I don't think so. I think I'd rather my heart be a little broke. It's healing already by now anyway. That big old break in it, it ain't nothing but a little scar now. If I get back with you, you're gonna open the wound back up. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I want the wound back open back up with you. You know what I'm saying? Uh-uh. Find somebody else to put up with your bullshit. Baby, bye. That's it. It's 11:15 here. Well, I got time to do another live. I hope y'all learn from that. Know that I'm not against Jay-Z, Kendrick, or Drake. I don't pick or nothing. This conversation was 100% because I think Drake has the ability to become a major record label. I think he's got scouting talent when it comes to music beyond he has proved to be a great scout. He have worked with artists early in their careers that blew up. So Drake has everything to run a label. He finds talent. He's really good at finding young talent. Really good. I believe he's going to be one of the best CEOs in history. I believe when Drake get a label deal, he is going to sign some artists that are going to be unbelievable. And I also believe that he's not going to have a rap label. He's going to have a real record label. He's going to have rock people, rock, everything. If they got talent, he's going to sign them. Alternative, I think he's going to be the first black person to have like a real record label. Because everybody else had a rap label, rap a lot, rap label. Death Row, rap label. Rockefeller, rap label. I think I think Drake's gonna have a music label. Cause I think he's just a great scout. Cause he be finding people I never heard of. Like the young lady I showed earlier. So that's why I said they not gonna outdo him because they don't have that talent. Jay-Z is horrible with a record label because Jay-Z always wants to be the best. So everybody that signed to Jay-Z, he wasn't willing to blow them up because he always wanted to be the best. So he didn't want to blow Benny Siegel up. He didn't want to blow Freeway up. He didn't want them to be better than him. He was too much of an artist to run a label. You don't want to sign with an artist like Jay-Z that's competing with you and he the CEO. But Drake looked like the kind of person that'll just put you on or let you go. And at an older age like that, Drake seemed to be real intelligent. So he looked like the type of person to plan his exit out of music. Drake looked like somebody that will retire and say, I'm done. Yeah. He don't look like nobody else. Keep on rapping, keep on rapping. He looks like he's got that. He looked like he learned from Birdman. He learned from Master P. It looked like he learned from all the other blacks that had labels and seen where they made a mistake. That's what it looked like. That he's got an advantage from watching everybody else do it, from watching Suge Knight, from watching Murder Inc., to watching all them failures. That's why the young generation can go so far because they learn from our mistakes and then they don't do them no more. So I'm really looking forward to Drake's label. That's going to be exciting, I think. I think it's going to be real exciting. I really do. He gonna bring so much fresh talent to the table. You know what I'm saying? He very talented. I learned early. I said, this dude right here is talented. Way back when him and Rihanna was making like the same type of records and constantly taking over the chart. Then they'll finish that project. They'd wait till they would drop another project, and them two was just. I said, damn, these two right here. But Rihanna was just a recording artist, and she made a mistake and got up under Jay-Z, and that's what ended her recording. Because Jay-Z is a horrible CEO. He too selfish. He always want to be in the limelight. How you gonna sign somebody? Signing to Jay-Z, everybody lost. Nobody won that signed to Rockefeller. Who? Nobody. Kanye had to leave to get somewhere. Or he would have ruined Kanye too. Because it was just, Biggs was quiet and Dame Dash was too flamboyant and was an idiot, spending money, wasting money, want to be in the limelight. Every time you look up, Dame Dash, I'm popping tags, I put a new t-shirt on every day. Remember Dame Dash? Dame Dash was a complete idiot. He all on the boat pouring. Bro, you're the CEO. You're not supposed to be in the video. And then Suge Knight was an idiot too. Suge Knight went up there at the award show in New York and say, Puffy all in the videos, all in the thing. And the next thing you know, who all in the pictures with Death Row? Suge end up doing the same thing he said don't do. Am I lying? Suge end up doing the same thing. Am I lying? He wanted to be the big man. Who remember? Suge did the same thing he told everybody don't do. He ended up being bigger than everybody. The cigar, the chain, the first person you see is Suge. All up, yeah. Suge didn't get in the videos, but he might as well. He was in all the pictures. Real talk. So yeah, deuces.